This interview of Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat was made few weeks before he answered the last call. May Allah grant him al-Jannah to Firdaus. Ameen. His Royal Highness Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat, the Olu of Afo-Ofa Sogade, was born at Afo-Ofa Sogade village, Itori Ewekoro local government area of Ogun State, on Monday 13th of June 1932. The late Oba was born to Chief Sogoyin Ibo Amusa Jiborisha, who was a successful peasant farmer, and Madam Molake Ajiborisha, a petty trader.
I was born in a small village under Ewekoro local government, and I did not start school early because I was very tiny, and they said my hands could not reach my ears at that time. So I did not start. I think it was after about 12 years before my hands could reach my ears. But before then, I've been going to a lesson in one of my father's friends, Babatisha, we call him. So where he taught us very good Yoruba, writing, reading, and speaking.
Late Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat started his primary education very late because his hands could barely touch his ear at African Primary School, Belu, Abeokuta. He assisted his father in farm before going to school.
When I entered, I was doing very well because I am already of age. So I used to be the first in the class. But suddenly, my father was sick and he died in 1948. Age about 65 years. My mother had 6 children. I was the 5th. She thought she could not cope with feeding and doing everything with us, so he had to send me to my senior brother in Lagos.
While growing up, Muftau was a very brilliant child who excelled in school. However, in 1948, he lost his father, who died at the age of 65. That event made a very swift transition in his life. Due to the circumstance of his father's death, his mother sent him to Lagos to live with his elder brother. After a few years in Lagos, he relocated to Ekpe, where he was opportune to continue his primary education. He attended the Native Authority Central School, Ekpe, Lagos. He also attended his Quranic school simultaneously, where he completed reading of the glorious Quran in 6 years.
In Lagos, and a friend of my brother has another brother who regularly come from Ekpe to Lagos. Then the man came to where the two of them were living. He saw me playing outside. Then he asked my brother, "Can I take your brother to Ekpe?" Then my senior brother said, "Go and ask him if he would like to go." Then the man came out, said, "What's your name?" I said, "Tunji." He said, "Tunji, we would like to go to Ekpe." Ekpe, where's Ekpe? Say, "You will know when we go." Okay, I will go. So a week later, we set onto Ekpe. That was the first time I would travel on water. It was by speedboat, and we go to Ekpe from Butoro. From as early as 8 a.m., I will go to Ekpe around 6 p.m. the same day. So that's how I started to live with that man. He enrolled me in the school and also enrolled me in the Arabic school. So when we go to Arabic early in the morning before we come home to prepare for school. And when we come back in the evening, we also go to Arabic school. And I was so fast in knowing this Arabic that within 6 years I've completed reading the Holy Quran within 6 years. And the remaining year I started to learn the meaning.
Because of his untiring relentlessness to further his studies, Muftau Olatunji had to leave Ekpe. He had to also his way to fund his secondary school education. He attended the Christ High School in Lagos.
I came to Lagos. I did the entrance examination to King's College. I passed. I got enrolled in the secondary school. That secondary school was newly found.
By the time he was in Form 4, Muftau wrote and passed his Cambridge examination, which the certification got him a job as a clerk with former Post Telegraph Department P&T stores in Apapa.
In class 4, I did the Cambridge examination. I passed it. Then the man advised me that since money is a problem for me, since I've passed Cambridge in class 4, I don't need to read class 5 again. So I should go away. That's I left the college and then looking for employment.
He later obtained an advanced certificate in shorthand and typewriting. This qualified him to be employed as a shorthand typist with UTC Motors, Apapa, from where he later moved to the International Bank of West Africa Limited as a secretary typist.
I first got employment at P&T stores, Apapa. There I was with my shorthand. The man I was working with was trained in South Africa. He's a Frenchman. They saw me practicing shorthand one day. They said, Hamzat, do you know how to write shorthand? I said, yes, I know how to write shorthand. You want to work what any other place? I said, if I get. Then one day he just called me, take your note, let us go. I followed him, we got to UTC Motors, Apapa. They took me to the man, to the general manager. That man said I should sit down, dictated to me, I wrote shorthand, translated it, that they employed me.
Education has always been his father's legacy. While he was in the bank, he decided to get a banking certification. He got a certification from the Chartered Institute of Bankers and Chartered Institute of Secretary.
I was doing Chartered Institute of Secretaries, London examination. I've done the intermediate, I was doing the primary. Then I veered into banking examination. I did the Chartered Institute of Bankers, I finished that, I passed it. Then Chartered Institute of Secretaries. I was still in the bank.
In 1973, he was promoted to the position of the general manager of the bank and was transferred to Kano, where he worked until he resigned in 1975 to start his own business. After he resigned from the bank in 1975, he established his factory in Kano for the manufacturing of perfumes and cosmetics.
In 1975, I was promoted the manager of the bank and then taken to Kano. It was at Kano I was doing big trade. I've made a research, and I thought that perfume and cosmetic will be very selling in the northern states. And therefore, I got somebody who is production manager at CFAO. He knows how to produce those materials. When I resigned, I was going out with the driver to most of the states in the north. When I go on Monday, we come back Friday. It was so much impacted on me that I was sick, because this is a job I've not been doing before. But yet when I recovered, I have to gear up and continue to do it, and we were making hell.
In 1976, late Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat decided to return to Lagos to go into politics. He had always been an active participant as far back as 1962, when he was the secretary to the Action Group Youth Movement in Ward 18, Mushin. In fact, he named his son Obafemi Hamzat after the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo.
The man I lived with at Ekpe was a politician. He was in the NCNC. And every meeting he attended, he took me along and followed him. So I developed interest. And when I was in Lagos, all the while I was working in UTC Motors in the bank, I registered as party Youth Movement of Action Group, where Bolage was coming to be our chairman, and I attended the meeting. I became secretary of a ward in 1960. And in 1962, when the problem of Chief Awolowo and Akatola started, it was then they detained Chief Awolowo, and that's why we were born Kadri Obafemi. I saw him. I named him Obafemi after Chief Obafemi Awolowo.
Oba Muftau succeeded well in politics because he had served the elders well enough, which most younger generation failed in.
Well, those days, we wanted to work for the party, you see, before we will be benefited for any position. I remember myself, there is one of our fathers in Umoshi, Alhaji R.I. Solomon, of late. When I came back from Kano in 1978, I went to his house. I said I wanted a contest to go to the House of Assembly, Lagos State. I said, yes, this is your time. You have served the elders enough. We will support you. And he supported me. But this thought of people, they don't want to serve anywhere. They just want to come and be the leader. So that is affecting majority of them today because they depend on cash. Money politics. They carry money and come from America or Britain and they distribute that to people to lure them for their interests. But in those days, no. You will attend meetings with elders, you will carry shares, carry tables, set it for them, pack it when they finish before you become anything.
Late Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat was married to 2 beautiful wives and blessed with 15 children and many grandchildren.
You know, I was educated at Ekpe. So I have friends with whom I was playing, going to school. It is one of these friends that I first met my first wife in their house. It's, the father too is a native of Ekpe. So, and she also came from, during the holiday, when she was on holiday, that I first met her, and then we started to talk and agreed that we can marry. Second wife, it was when I was in the bank that I met her at Abeokuta. Being a native of Abeokuta interested me, but I want to come back home to marry a native woman. And then we married ourselves, blessed also with children.
His Royal Highness was a very devoted Muslim who took strict adherence to the tenets of Islam.
The way I take Islam is the way Allah himself has said it to all of us, that there is no other religion except this one. And so if I take that as gospel truth, well, and I want to practice Islam, I should practice it very well, not partial, and practice it according to how it was stated it should be performed. So I think I should try. Nobody will do everything, but at least to do the best one can do in every area where you know.
Late Oba Hamzat was a member of the Rotary Club International, where he occupied various positions, which culminated in him being elected the president of Rotary Club of Isolo.
Well, he's a friend who drafted me, Dr. Ishola Abudu. He's a friend. They say, Tunji, why don't you go and join Rotary? I say, Rotary, what are you doing there? The secret court. It's a secret court. He said, do you know I'm a Muslim too? I said, well, you are a Muslim, yours may be different from mine. Okay, let us go there. It was a Christmas day. They were doing Christmas party. We went there. He took me around. Said, did I see anybody's head that they have slaughtered with my wife? So that is how I joined it. And I participated fully. I became president of the club, Rotary Club of Isolo.
On Saturday, 6th of April 2019, the European American University conferred on him an honorary doctorate degree of Art in Public Leadership, Peace and Community Development.
These few years, I just saw he wrote me a letter that is putting my forward name to their governing council to give me the doctorate award, because he has seen the little he has been able to see in Rotary that I had done is enough to give me that award. I said, oh, it's all right, it's all right. We were to do it last year. My appreciation first to Allah for giving me the good health to receive the award. It is not something I look forward to, but when you are in life, there are some people who are watching you, who are looking at your footsteps, and who want to. I'm happy that there are some people who have been looking at me behind and who have written and then decided to give me this award. I appreciate them. I thank them for it. I think it is only in my actions and inactions that people can emulate me. You see, I cannot go to the radio and begin to preach, no. But people who are close to me, they must be able to see what I'm doing, how I'm behaving, and so on, and then learn from me.
Late Oba Hamzat rejected the title of the Olu of Afo-Ofa Sogade for 5 years because of the paganism practice, and only became an Oba after all the practices have been abolished.
The people who came to to meet me in Lagos that they want me to be the ballet. I said, me? Ballet? I'm greater than that. One of my brothers who was with them said, no, Tunji, you are not greater than that. Oh. It is because you are a ballet over us, those of us who are your seniors. We went, go and back for 5 years. I say, okay, Lenny, I will tell you why I cannot debate the ballet. I was born there. I know so many things you are doing, practicing. See, in terms of paganism, I know. I am balale, practice Islam day to day. And they agreed. Then if we fix a date, we are going from place to place. I say, they play until Kobe. It's all right. So and for the past 10 years, they never called me. Although they were not happy that the Oba is not doing anything with them. Those of them who did not know the background, they are not happy. Why didn't you see the Kabes here with us? Nobody will come to ask me.
The late Oba Muftau advised young politicians to examine more patients. He also counseled parents to always at all times pray for their children.
The young ones should exercise patience. They should not run after money too much unnecessarily. Every one of them has passion for money.
With deep sincere loss, before we could broadcast this interview, Oba Muftau Olatunji Hamzat, the Olu of Afo-Ofa Sogadi, answered the last call on Sunday, 12th of May 2019 at the age of 86. May Allah in His infinite mercy grant him Al-Jannah to Firdaus and count him among the righteous ones who have a special abode in paradise. Ameen.